Conference playoff standings in Miami, taking on the Heat, who have solidified themselves in the play-in tournament, the Eastern Conference. Ja Morant hits the step-back triple. That's good. That right there, not. Pulls out the blicky after making the three, points it towards the Miami Heat bench. Remember, the NBA spoke to Morant and warned him after Wednesday about that particular gesture, this stemming off of 2 separate gun suspensions so far in his early career. Desmond Bane misses, Morant there to clean it up. They're up by 5 are Memphis. Bam Adebayo, though, 2 of his 26 to tie it at 103. Miami, with a loss, has their first losing season since 2018. They're still in the play-in. 2-hand finish for Morant, 105-103 Grizzlies. It's a tight game here. Tyler Hero, 20 seconds to go. Got it. 35 points for Hero, his 5th 35-point game this season. So 5 seconds to go in regulation. You know he's going to take the basket.
Okay.
He took the shot. Over Khalil Ware. It rolls in. His second career game-winning buzzer beater. His pops was sitting baseline, showing love to dad. Grizzlies win 110-108 behind Morant's 30 points. Manscaped senior writer David Dennis Jr. joins the program now. D, good to see you. Ja Morant said after the game that he is well aware of the criticism he has faced for making those finger gun gestures. But that quote, he doesn't care no mo. Should the NBA suspend Morant?
I mean, they can, but it won't change anything. I said this when they suspended him the first time, that punitive measures for somebody without thinking about what retribution actually looks like and rehabilitation looks like, it's not going to change anybody's behavior. We know that when we're talking about the criminal justice system. We know that when we're talking about parenting your kids. And we damn sure know about that when we're talking about trying to get millionaires to change what they're doing. So punishing him is not going to change anything. What will change something is the Grizzlies, Morant, the NBA coming together and talking to the dude and saying, what is going on with you and your fascination with guns and using guns and gun gestures and all of that encompasses all of what you're doing in inappropriate situations? Because I know that the NBA does not want to deal with this. Ja Morant and the Grizzlies don't want to deal with this. And I don't want to be sitting here talking about this right now. Look at what happened last night. You had Lakers Warriors. You had Giannis putting, historic numbers. You had Ja Morant making a game-winning shot that saves his team from being in the play-in pretty much after they had a slide. And we're talking about him making silly gestures on the court instead of the actual basketball that's going on. This is bad business for everybody, and they need to figure out how to get this to stop. But punishment alone is not going to do that.
Sure. Again, the aforementioned 2 suspensions due to the gun incident in Denver and then brandishing a weapon on his friend's Instagram. Now Morant back in the news for the same reasons. But D, I'm glad you brought up the actual goings-on across the NBA, because we're going to talk about that right now. Randy, what you got?
Yeah, we got the Lakers and we got the Warriors. And listen, Steph and company taking on that man, LeBron James. The Lakers coming in tied for 3rd in the West. Warriors coming in the 5 spot. And that is Steph. And hey, man, for all the love we give him behind the 3-point line, he can still get 3 in amongst the trees. Dubs go up by 9 after the free throw. And then this is old-fashioned.
Come on.
I mean, that's more traditional Steph. Double team, 30 feet from the basket. Still got it. Brandon Pajemski, final seconds left in the half. Banking that home.
Got it.
I see you, B-Pod. Nobody calls it.
They should. That's actually kind of catchy.
I kind of like it. Golden State 13-0 when they start a lineup of B-Pod, Butler, Moody, Steph, and Dre. Yep. Up by 13 at the break. Jimmy Butler over LeBron. Oh, okay. Curry loves it. Dubs up 11. Luka called his own performance unacceptable. He only had 19 points, 0 from the 3-point line, but he did have 7 dimes. He found LeBron, who had 33. Lakers down by 10, and then Curry's trying to find Butler. We got a turnover. In transition, you know who the best Laker player was in the 4th quarter? It's Austin Reeves. He had 20 points in the 4th. He had 6 threes in the 4th. That made it a 7-point game. He finished with 31 points on 9 made threes. Oh, you like threes, do you? Steph, 37. He's got 89 points across his last 2 games. Warriors 123-116. David Beckham got to see LA fall to 4th in the Western Conference. We're back with Ira David, Dennis Jr. Hey, Steph Curry and LeBron combining for 70 last night. Is this the greatest individual rivalry in sports?
Ever. ever. By far, this is the greatest individual rivalry in team sports history. We're going to take out some of the boxing and the tennis, things like that. But in terms of team sports history, it is LeBron and Stephen Curry. We are comparing them to Larry Bird and Magic. They have far surpassed the rivalry of Bird and Magic. First of all, just by numbers, Bird and Magic played each other about 37 times. Steph and LeBron played each other 56, 57 if you count the play-in, count the play-in. And they're doing things like they did last night. 37 and 33 points and from these two guys. Then you add the fact that they've met in the finals for the first time 10 years ago. We are a decade into this rivalry. There is nothing better in sports right now and has not been for many years than LeBron versus Stephen Curry. No matter what team LeBron is on, no matter who Steph has as a supporting cast, those two are the seminal, singular rivalry in team sports that we have ever seen.
You should have seen both Gary and I on this desk. The first thing that we thought of was Magic and Bird, and you right away addressed it, and it's hard to argue the stats. It just jumps off the screen as
Steph and LeBron like each other.
Steph and LeBron like each other. Well, so did Bird and Magic, I guess. But I'm trying to think of MJ. Who was a rival for MJ?
Isaiah Thomas.
They like each other. They like each other. They like each other now.
Yeah.
Steph and LeBron like each other now. But go back to those finals games. Remember LeBron with the block and he's yelling at this dude. They did not like each other at the beginning.
And the Halloween party and the cookies and the whole thing. David Dennis Jr., we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Warriors, Timberwolves both won 4 straight, but if the season ended today, Minnesota would be a play-in team. Only one game separates Golden State at 5th and the Clippers in 8th. So the bank, you said you're more of
I'm more of a credit union guy, but that's fine.
that case, the bank open after hours. 28 points for him.
Wish that was me last night.
Threes.
You know?
The Warriors lead by 13 at the break. Yeah, we'll talk about our charity basketball appearance last night. Golden State 13-0 when they're trotting out a lineup of Dre and Steph and Moody and Butler and Podziemski. That's Jimmy Butler, the 3 over LeBron. Luka said his performance was unacceptable, but he was finding his teammates out to LeBron. Luka only 19 points, did have 7 dimes. LeBron went for 33. Here's Luka in transition, finding Austin Reeves. In the fourth quarter, Reeves was a problem. He had 20 points in the fourth. He made 6 threes in the fourth. He finished with 31 points and 9 made threes. It got snug to about 7, and then Curry a 3 restoring order. Goes for 37 points. The Warriors go on to win 123-116, and then Curry with David Beckham.
Oh,
all right.
Got some Eastern Conference action. It's the Bucks trying to stay above that play-in, taking on the Sixers. Here's Doc on Giannis's extra workload.
With Dame out, I talked about it about 4 or 5 days ago. I said, you are now literally our point guard, and you have to be our playmaker and our scorer.
Okay, so again, what's different than what Giannis has been doing since 2013?
Yes, so everything for the last decade.
For that franchise, his do-it-all everything, defense, baseline to baseline, feeding Kevin Porter Jr. right there. Bucks trail by 4. They have been without Dame for the last 8 games due to that calf. Milwaukee, the 5th seed in the East. Philly, they are eliminated from playoff contention. Taurean Prince, triple, got it.
Rất hân hạnh được đón chào các bạn đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Bây giờ mình sẽ đi tô màu để cho các bạn được xem. Trên tay mình đây là những sản phẩm mình đã in sẵn để mình tô màu. Mình sẽ tô những bức tranh thật đẹp để gửi tặng cho các bạn. Và không thể thiếu đó là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay video, giá đỡ điện thoại, và đây là bút sáp màu. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu. Và mình mong rằng các bạn